defensive player with an edge. Who am I talking about? Before I jump into it, if you are new to the channel, I talk everything Packers. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please take a second to do so. So let's get into it. Who did the Packers bring in due to injuries on the defensive back side of the field? They bring in Don Callis. Don Callis was an undrafted free agent out of Troy. Prior to Troy, he was a transfer from East Central Oklahoma, where he had a very successful collegiate career. He finished his junior season with 32 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and a pair of interceptions. And that is something that I love about Don Callis. This dude is a ball hawk. He loves to go after the ball and strip the ball. He's had some success doing that, as you are reading about here, his junior year and also his senior year. So what was he able to do and accomplish at Troy? Last season, he played 14 games, 26 tackles for loss, 26 tackles. That'd be impressive. He had 26 of those for loss, including 1 for a loss, 1 sack, 4 passes defensed, and a forced fumble recovery. That fumble recovery he actually took into the end zone. Again, if you haven't seen highlights of that, I would highly suggest doing so. This dude, again, he loves to create some chaos around the offense, and he's had some success doing that. What did Troy's coach have to say about Donovan? He said he's a tremendous football player and fits perfectly on how we play on the defensive side of the ball. He's long, plays with an edge, something we're used to hearing when we start talking about the Packers defense and what Jeff Hafley is, the culture that he's creating there. He has instincts for the football. That is his second nature. Donovan was a highly recruited transfer, and we are excited that he has chosen to be a Trojan. So when we start talking about the Packers and what they are looking to develop there, again, they're looking to create some competition. That's why they bring in Don Callis. Don Callis, of course, is going to be included into this defensive back room, a room that has really kind of solidified. Currently, it started. It's so early on in training camp. Right as it stands right now, Jair Alexander and Eric Stokes has kind of formed that number 1 tandem, and then Robert Rochelle, who suffered a calf injury, and that's why they go and get Don Callis. He and Carrington Valentine have kind of clumped together as that number 2 pairing. But again, due to Robert Rochelle's injury, Kalen King has kind of stepped in there and taken a lot of those reps, and he's had a ton of success doing so. We highlighted that yesterday in a video about Kalen King, and I'm excited about that. But what Matt LaFleur is looking to do is continue to create a culture that is competitive, and he doesn't want Kalen King thinking like, hey, listen, because I had some success here, and now I'm just going to naturally fit into that number 2 pairing with Carrington Valentine. He doesn't want him thinking that, hence why he brings in Don Callis again to create a culture that is just competitive. Okay, so when we start just mentioning Jeff Hafley and how excited the players are to play for this dude, you just see it. If you haven't seen an interview with this guy, I suggest looking at an interview with Jeff Hafley. I get so pumped up. I freaking want to play for the dude after he talks. And that's kind of what the defense is doing for him. And Jeff Hafley was quoted as saying, there's improvement every day. The buy-in is there from the players. The more they know what to do, the faster they get and the more aggressive they are. And we're just seeing that on the defensive side of the football field so far in training camp. They are just challenging the offense, and they are being challenged also by the offense and what Matt LaFleur is able to do and how crafty and creative he gets. But Jeff Hafley praises Brian Gutekunst. He's like, hey, listen, he's done a great job drafting high character guys, just not just players on the field, but off the field that are just so good leaders out there on and off the field. And it's making his job easier. I'm super pumped about Jeff Hafley. I want you guys to leave your comments and let me know what you guys think. The culture that's happening in Green Bay right now, how can you not get excited about it? Brian Gutekunst has just created a great coaching staff underneath him. Matt LaFleur, I think he's one of the best offensive coordinators, offensive-minded coaches out there. And then you've got a guy like Jeff Hafley there to run the defense. Again, he just is very positive, but yet he's wanting to make things simple. He's wanting guys to think less and act more, play faster, and then create turnovers. Hence why they bring in a guy like Don Callis. Don Callis is a guy that's always looking to strip the ball. He plays with an edge. Kalen King, same thing, plays with a chip on his shoulder. They keep getting guys in Green Bay that are like that. And I'm seeing a lot of intensity and hearing about a lot of intensity on the football, on the defensive side of the ball. So much so to where it's kind of creating some issues on when you start talking about the offense and the little scuffles that they're getting into because the defense is playing so quick and so intense. Rashawn Gary, guys like that, Kenny Clark, leaders like that are out there just firing everybody up and creating creating a lot for the offense to consider. Leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts. How excited are you guys as Packer fans with Jeff Hafley there, out with Joe Barry, in with Jeff Hafley? And again, he's getting everybody to buy into what he is doing, and the guys are getting it, and they are looking super good. I cannot wait to see what this defense can do. I think you're going to see this defense take a massive step forward, maybe even a top 10 defense in this league. I wouldn't be surprised to hear at all that this Packer defense becomes a top 10. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And as always, go Pack Go.